What is going on, everybody? It's Frontz. We're back again with the next episode of Ace Attorney Investigation Miles Edgeworth. We are on the Turnabout Airline Part 3, I believe is what we're on. I believe we're on to the very next part. We're about ready to go into the lower deck, and we're hopefully going to find out who is actually behind this murder. I think it's LeBlanc. It could be LeBlanc. It could be it could be Melee. It could be Tonero. I don't think it's her, really. So many questions, not enough answers yet. We will get into that right now. March 12th, 2:52 p.m. Fight between I-390, lower deck, cargo hold. Wow, so this is the cargo hold, huh? Why is he running like that? It's so big! This plane is a special model. It has both a super large cargo hold and an ultra luxurious first class seating. What kind of plane are you riding on? So, is this the real scene of the murder? There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Begin investigation. Alright, so there's the suitcases, obviously. It's the first place we're gonna look. Hey, look, there's one missing. Holy suitcase, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like an all-you-can-use suitcase affair. There must be all the leftover ones that couldn't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after this flight is over. They are ugly as sin. Why would anybody want that as a suitcase, is my question. This paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artistry. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness. You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200? I think I'll pass. $1,200 for a suitcase? Mr. Nero wonders why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. $1,200 for a single suitcase. Who in the right motherfucking mind would pay for that? I know I wouldn't. It definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments. We got a black suitcase here. That's not suspicious. I noticed that. Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal? It's what the victim checked in, sir. So, this suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we look a little closer. There's nothing out of the ordinary, sir. Wait, a file. And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir. It looks like a profile of Francisca. There's no way she was on the flight, so don't tell me she was somehow part of the murder. Why would Mr. Hicks have a file on her? You got some explaining to do. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gunshoes, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was. I've been following a very large involved governmental level international crime. But it's too much large for one person to take on alone. So, it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. Interpol is involved. It is top secret operation, so I really can't tell you any more than that already. Alright. Let's do a little bit of logic here. Oh, there was a broken glass, that's right. And this, so I forgot about that. It's been a minute. I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses lens. Ergo, the victim was here just as I suspected. So, you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I have been saying for a while now? Oh, is it? I didn't know that. Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that is left is to find the murder weapon. The question I have to ask, though, is in order to get to the cargo bay, you either have to have the key card that Tanero has, or have the key card to get into the lounge and then come this way. How would the victim even get down here? Unless he was seduced down here by a woman or something? I don't understand what he was doing down here then. No, I might as well do these last two here. A little bit of logic. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have a documented profile on Franziska? Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir. Franziska said that she had come to the airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he had followed her. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was in actuality Interpol agent Hicks. I think Franziska has some explaining to do. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense! What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Is that correct? I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. But it looks like they've got to him first. So, you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then? Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. He went undercover to investigate this crime. And it was I who put him on the case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. I think we now have a pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. Ow. Agent Hicks came for a work-related reason, of course that. I'm sure of it. Yes, I'm sure he was here investigating the smuggling operation. He was observing Franziska. Do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation? No, unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he landed. I see, but this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew, and entered the cargo hold with that person who left him in. Yes. And then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and they entered the elevator, but while they were riding it up, the plane hit a patch of turbulence. Because of this intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks' body flew out. It's gotta be melee because, let's be honest, why would Tanero take one of her precious suitcases that she spent time and effort to make a design that one? Why would she use it to hide a body? It's gotta be melee. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling the contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Yay! I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage. What? Really, sir? know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth, but the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda De Niro. If it was a crew member and any of them could have shown, and any one of them could have shown Hicks to the cargo hold, but the point to keep in mind is the keycard that allows the elevator to come down here is the only person with such a high level access as Miss Rhoda De Niro. I'd say that there's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. Rebuttal. Alright. Cargo hold, but the point to keep in mind is the keycard that allows the elevator to press on this one for sure, because... But it's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Miss De Niro. It's highly likely? Is that possibly the best you could come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father. Man, she loves that whip. Yes, well, I don't have any evidence. Be quiet, you're a disgrace. There's no more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda De Niro, you know. There's more evidence pointing to her. It's not just the keycard that gives her away. Are you talking about the murder weapon that Miss Elfie Piggy Bank? Yes, she's also the only person with the key to open the display case. Oh boy. Further. Oh my goodness. Hold it. But that is a fake. Stop right there, Miss Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep insisting that this is a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came back empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out that piggy bank as the murder weapon. What should examine further to help us ascertain the authority of the weapon? The body, really, because the crime scene's already been looked at, the piggy bank's already been looked at, but the body. Franziska, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes, we don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when we have yet to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks' head is consistent with the murder weapon? That is a very good point, Mr. Edgeworth. Squiffy. Yes. Yes, sir. Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks' autopsy. It doesn't happen that fast. Hey, guess that. And he runs. I'll be back in 3, 2, 1. We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Blunt force trauma to the head. What is it, detective? They're still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know that this one thing for sure. Report now. The doc said that the one giant bruise from the beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back? He was beaten over such a wide area. Well, I'd say maybe it was a sign the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head, the killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir. Which, if it was multiple times, it definitely wouldn't have been the cat, statue. No way. No way. By the way, this is supposed to be the crime scene. Why is there not a pool of blood somewhere? That's a design flaw on this game, I'd have to say, from the designers. There should have been a pool of dry blood. I mean, yeah, of course the killer could have probably cleaned it up, but still, there's like no way of telling that. Scrappy, what is had a grudge against Mr. Hicks supposed to mean? Well, that's, was the wound on the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective? Well, they said they were still looking into that, sir. You're completely useless. Ow! Sir, I told you already. You can't go down there. No, you remove yourself from my way. What is all that racket? What do you think it is? My luggage, my cargo, they're mine, and I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating that cargo hold. Please understand you have a little patience. I suppose there's no choice. Finally, I have to give. He gave what? What are you? You have left me no choice but to use strong force. Ah! You won't get past me. It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up. Wait, that is, so that's what this whole thing has been about. Key display case, I heard them in his bank. Okay. Is there somewhere, yeah. After all, you know that we searched the entire cargo, yeah. Nobody find anything to consider as a weapon at home. We're gonna do logic, right? The doc's in and John Bruce on beating and shoulder down to its mid-back. Oh my gosh, man. Logic time! So... clearly... cause of death in the piggy bank. Oh, there we go. I was wondering how you did that. How did actually clicking the buttons and like... Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there is extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is that really correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. Clearly, it would be a suitcase. If that is the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. There's like 10 suitcases over there. I mean... weapon couldn't be found to a sizable weapon. Connect. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally, it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Francisca. What do you want? I found it. Francisca. I found the real murder weapon. You did? Wait, he really jumped? You didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He might be hurt. We should get a check on him, sir. There. That pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop it too. It could be the black suitcase too. This coming from the prosecutor with the habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with this evidence. You two aren't listening to me now, are you? Come on, show me this real murder weapon you speak of. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for you, for a foolish fool, from a foolish fool who meant to fool me. What do you mean I don't have any evidence to show me? Perhaps I should phrase it as that which caused Agent Hick's death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I have figured out what was the real cause of death. Free falling. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. He fell to his death? Yes, it is the only possibility. The victim had extreme intensive bruising on the back of his head and his back. And the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. What are you claiming that there's some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold. What? Then, we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sir. Hey, you, tell me you're dead, pal. Quiet! Why are you screaming? He's alive. So what probably happened is he got shoved. He fell over, hit that, and then fell again, hit forward. And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances. Then, current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that the large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then? He would have been a Parisian pancake for sure. I suppose that the man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is that the cargo box is there. So there is no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenario. It may be there now, but there is no proof that it was always there. Ha! As if you could have been a window of time when the giant box was not there. Ah, but there was. What? Turbulence. Let me see. Any of these things are not gonna work. Aha! Got it. You refueled in the Republic of Zhengfa? Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zhengfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. Ah, it's labeled Zhengfa Express. Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in Zhengfa. Now, what if the box in question was only loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zhengfa leg of the first flight, making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched. Then allow me the chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. My first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. I don't want to go through that. Oh my goodness. Alright. We will do that on the next episode. Until then, thank you for hitting that. Thank you for watching this. Hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video, and I'll see you guys as we look to reach the conclusion of this next episode, and we'll move on to the next story after that. Until then, my name is Frontz, and I'll see you guys later.